All right, welcome back to episode 5 of the Brewhouse Podcast. This week we are here with the Seth Soukup.
Hello.
Yay!
So, yeah, we got some questions too that we asked on the Brewhouse for Seth as well. But Seth, do you want to introduce yourself? Like, what do you do? What?
Yeah, I'm a professional strongman. I can say that now. I got my pro card just last year.
It's freaking sick.
And I've competed now for 5 years. So, yeah.
What got you into strongman?
I've been watching strongman since I was a little kid, and after high school, I wanted to find a sport that I could still do, and I was playing rugby for a while, but it didn't fill that void after football, and so I was watching strongman one night, and I was like, well, I could do this. Why couldn't I?
I can
like,
look
this looks
up.
fun. And so, yeah, never looked back.
And then, when did you start coming to Brewhouse?
2020, I believe.
Wow.
2020, so that was the start of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked to when Mikey last podcast was because I mentioned to him that you said you were one of like the first strongman to really like be here at Brewhouse.
Yeah.
So what was it like when you came here and like it was just you?
It was me, and there was one other guy that was doing it, but he was like, he was competing, but not like super seriously. It was very different because like I had to learn everything. I had no one to bounce any ideas off or anything, so it was just I had to figure it all out.
So you didn't ever have like a coach until Colton then?
Yeah, I didn't have a coach for 3 years, or two years. I can be 2 years without any coach.
Oh, wow.
And I approached Colton because Colton at the time really wasn't coaching anyone.
Right.
He had a few powerlifting clients, and he's like, and I approached him because I liked the way he coached people and worked with people, and he was like, well, he goes, yeah, I'll coach you. He's like, but I don't know anything about strongman.
Yeah.
He was like, get you
Right,
strong. I was like, oh, we'll figure it out. And he's been pretty successful with strongman. So,
Yeah. He's coached all the top levels so far.
well, yeah, he's got a world title under his belt. So, Alec.
So what equipment was there back then for strongman at Brewhouse?
There we had the big red log we have.
Yeah.
A piece of junk, and then we had. I'm trying to think. We had a few sandbags. They had a decent amount of stuff because, well, before me, there was a whole crew here. There was actually another pro strongman.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Here. He was really like legit.
Who was that?
I don't remember.
Don't remember.
I don't remember off the top of my head. But
What was his last name, like or something? I'll cut that out, bleep it. People were like, what? What's he saying?
Something.
no.
That too.
If you asked him, he probably said yes.
Yeah. Well, you just said
He also has
service.
He's got his pro card.
Especially if they're.
All right. You don't know who we're talking about.
So I just wanted to ask you. So what all competitions for strongman have you done?
Oh,
or at least like top notable.
Yeah, but what's
okay.
what's been your favorite? I feel like that's a better question.
The one last year that I went to Russia, that was probably my favorite.
Ooh, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was really cool. And then I love doing OSG every year, and I love doing the Arnold.
Was Russia your first time out of the country?
No, it wasn't the first time, but it was definitely the farthest I've ever gone.
How did you get picked for Russia?
So
how did that happen?
It came down to he top level strongman from England backed out, and so he was trying to get a guy from the United States or England to be there, and he was asking around, and my name came up a few times from other athletes and other coaches. So like Seth's not doing anything at that time, and I had done really well at the Arnold. I got second. And so he reached out to me and asked if I wanted to go, and I was like, yeah. I got a message from a coach, a well-known coach, Alex, that coaches a lot of strongman, a lot of elite level strongman, and he's like, you might be getting a call from the promoter are you interested in going to Russia? And this was at 4 in the morning.
Crazy.
And I was like, yes. So I woke Olivia up, my wife, and I was like, I think I'm going to Russia.
She's just like, what?
What did you do
What do you
now?"
mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I'm fighting the Russians.
So what is the experience like sitting on an airplane for you?
Oh,
yeah.
it's terrible. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way to get around it.
Where did you fly out of?
I flew Oklahoma. We went Oklahoma to Seattle, Seattle to Istanbul, Istanbul to St. Petersburg, and then St. Petersburg to Krasnoyarsk. I'm not gonna say that. I
Getting a
can't say
crazy
it right.
amount of
Yeah.
connecting
Well,
flights.
also.
Well, you can't go directly into Russia
No.
right now. So
You got to
Oh,
go to
yeah.
Turkey.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that makes
or
more
Dubai.
sense.
yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah.
Were you middle seat or window seat?
I got the window seat most of the time, which was
Really?
yeah, which is nice.
So, well, to put it into perspective, how big are you?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
330 pounds. I'm almost 6'2", 6'1". We'll just say 6'1".
6'1", 330 pounds, and this is the physique of a open class.
Yeah, and I would
Yeah.
say I'm probably on the smaller side for the open guys.
The
still.
open side, smaller side of open strongman.
Yeah.
So what would I guess we should define for the viewers and let you define it as somebody who is a pro strongman. What is strongman? Because we're very heavy powerlifting here and we're very heavy strongman, but what is strongman for somebody who doesn't do that?
Strongman is like generally the way events are set up. There's 5 to 12 events in a show, and it's over multiple. Some days, some shows are 1 day, some shows are 2 days, and the events are very much up to the promoter. There's not really any events that aren't allowed. It's generally a heavy moving event, some sort of deadlift, some sort of overhead press, and you're doing versions of that, some sort of grip event, 6 to 12 times in 1 to 3 days. That's the basic version of it.
Yeah. So how does one train for a strongman? Like when you got here at Brew House, what were you doing and what do you do now?
Me, I had no idea how to train for it.
Yeah.
So I actually was doing the events instead of like accessories or like more bodybuilding. I was just doing events.
Mm-hmm.
So my training was sandbag loads. My training was log. My training was like I didn't do really like any machines or anything at the time.
Mm-hmm.
If that was right or not, like I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And then I was kind of hitting a wall after 2 years of that, and that's why I ended up hiring Colton.
Okay. Yeah, so you're starting out in high school, probably just, you said, coming from football, so you just know the
Yeah.
basics of lifting out.
Well, I knew how to
lifting
lift
and
very
working
well.
out. Yeah.
So I grew up lifting. So lifting weights for me was natural because I
Right.
grew up in a gym. So I've been in a gym since I was like 5.
Yeah, so you already had a foundation of
Yeah.
lifting going into strongman and trying to
Yes.
figure out, how to train for a sport that could be anything.
Well, yeah,
seemingly.
and learning the progression. Like I didn't even know what a deload was. Not until I talked to Colton. Like
You're
I
just
was
like, how do I stop hurting?
I was like, what is it? I was like, that's a thing. People don't train hard on purpose.
Yeah.
Like that's really weird.
Yeah.
I want you to explain to people listening about how, like, when you and Alec first started training, like, your guys' progression. Because I remember you telling me that it was just like PR after PR, just weekly forever.
Yeah. Like when we first, especially in high school, like my deadlift, I PR'd every week for like a year straight. It was just, I thought that was normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I don't know. And like, was it a
Progressive
true
overload right
PR?
there.
Probably wasn't like a true PR because you can't really do that. But yeah, no, I mean, getting strong came very natural to Alec and me.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your best, like, squat and deadlift in high school?
Yeah. I think it'd be.
I deadlifted 685 and I squatted 685.
You
So you were
squatted
just
it too.
built to
Did you like
squat.
pick it up and then put it on the rack?
Yeah. And then I don't remember what my bench was 385.
How much did you weigh in
Crazy.
high school?
anywhere from 275 to 265.
Oh my God.
That was my senior
That's
year.
freaking nuts.
So
Did
you're
you
me
play-
now.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
play football all the way through high school?
I played all the way through high school. My senior year
then-
in high school, I played rugby also. I played football and rugby.
Okay.
And then I played rugby after high school too.
And you graduated what year?
Yeah, 2017, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So you're out of high
Graduated
school
the
at this
year
point. You're coming into Brew House.
Yeah.
What'd you do in between there? What's in between
Rugby.
football and rugby?
Rugby.
That's
That
right,
was
yeah.
in between coming here.
So you're training for rugby. You're still lifting, and so where were you training before that?
I was training at my house, or my family's house, or I was training at 10 Gym
Okay.
because I also was
Yeah.
doing construction. So
Yeah.
so it just 10 gyms are all over Oklahoma. So
Yeah.
I could leave the job site and go straight to the gym.
And you had a pretty kind of country or rural upbringing, right?
Yeah.
So-
I mean, people that are all have hundreds of acres. It's not
Yeah.
we had 10 acres and we had horses and other animals, chickens,
Yeah.
pigs, stuff like that. We were on a very small farm.
Yeah.
I mean, around us, everyone had a lot of land too, so
Yeah.
it felt a lot more than just 10 acres because everyone had land around us,
Yeah.
a lot of it.
So it sounds like your entire life has revolved around, being more active, lifting heavy things.
Yeah.
Stuff
I
like
was
that.
super active,
Yeah.
but I was a really chunky kid.
Yeah.
I was pretty chunky.
I think all of us, besides Spencer and Caleb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've been pretty small my
Did you-
entire life.
Well, that's
I mean,
the
I
funny
was,
thing
like-
is every single one in my family are really thin on they're you see my brothers, they're pretty big. for
Yeah.
Speaking
people.
of, how many siblings do you have?
Oh, there's 10 of us.
Golly.
But they all are on the leaner
Nuts.
side.
Right.
Yeah, all of them except me.
All
Yeah.
full-blooded. Do you have step siblings?
No.
Or everyone is just
Okay,
yeah,
I was like,
No.
full-blooded human, or
Yeah, we're all human.
I was like, what do
Yeah.
you mean?
Well, I don't know. I don't think they're that
Who-
human.
what's the-
They're all
Yeah, no, these
Soukup.
guys are
what's the
human,
youngest
for sure.
to the oldest?
Youngest is 10, and I think the oldest.
10?
That's crazy.
Yeah, she's 10, and then the oldest is 33.
Wow.
I know 30. I know there's probably 30-year-olds that have a 10-year-old daughter.
Yeah,
That's
It's like one
crazy.
kid every 2.25
yeah, that's
years.
just
or so,
roughly
whatever.
around there.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
freaking crazy.
It's about time for another one.
Yeah, is your mom
Yeah.
expecting another?
No.
Oh man.
That's crazy. Yeah. So so you had that gap in rugby, and then you're coming into Brew House. What was when did you do your first strongman competition? How long did it take to get into the sport for you?
So I signed up right away, but around that time, that was that COVID plague.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I know about that.
And so I kept signing up for shows, and they kept canceling.
Yep.
So it took me a year, but I signed up as soon as I
Just possible as you could.
yeah, I would say I think I was 6 months after I was here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think strongman's pretty good about that. You could kind of jump into it because the events of whatever competition you're
Yeah.
going to sign up for by that point, and you can kind of be like, well, as long as you had that foundation of lifting, you can kind of jump straight into it. I'm going to just train for these 4 events and
Yeah.
do a strongman.
I guess that's what's interesting comparing to powerlifting or bodybuilding. It's I feel like your prep has to be so much better.
Right.
But in strongman, like you're saying, I feel like it's so easy for you just to be I can go there if I know what
Yeah.
event it is, and I can just kind of do it.
Yeah, I
find
think
that so
also
interesting.
depending on your genetics and
Right,
I think
right.
as you get to higher levels, it becomes more and more precise. You
Yeah.
can't do as many shows. You can't just jump into shows. It's too competitive. The people are too good.
Right.
How many shows a year do you do?
I think I did 4 or 5 last year.
What?
Oh wow. Yeah. See, that's
I think
what
four is a pretty normal strongman. 4
Okay.
is pretty normal for strongman. I think.
Prep after prep after prep.
Yeah.
What made you choose strongman as your sport after rugby and football? It's you just wanted to do.
I've
strongman.
always loved strength in general. I like being strong, and I love bodybuilding. I follow bodybuilding really closely, but it wasn't a passion. It's not something I wanted to do.
Right,
Even
just
though
more
I
wanted to-
enjoyed it, I wanted to do something with strength because it just came a little naturally to me, and I always thought it was cool. And for whatever reason in my head, I was I knew I could do it. I knew I could.
Your brother Quinn is really tall. Do you think
Yeah.
if you were his height, you would probably stuck with like football, or do you think you'd eventually got into strongman?
I don't know. If I had the ability to play like past college, like in the NFL, yeah, I would have stuck with football.
Yeah.
I loved football. Football was my first passion. But like I wasn't good enough. Not quite good enough. And it was interesting, and I kind of caught on to this my senior year. I was like, I'm better at lifting weights than I am at football.
Yeah.
Like I was pretty good at football,
Yeah.
but I was like, I'm better at lifting weights. Like,
But when did you know that you were good at strongman? Like once you're in it, you're doing it. When did you know, like, oh man, I'm probably going to be, one of these top pros?
well, technically I'm still not a top pro, but I'm
Close
getting
enough.
there.
Just getting
Yeah.
your
You're
pro
getting
card
there.
is what we mean.
Yeah.
We know you're going to be there. So
Yes.
at this point.
I knew after my first show, because I came third out of my very first show, and I knew I was like, that's hard, especially just listening to other pros. A lot of them didn't even place in their top show. And the guys I went against, I knew they were good, and one of them is still competing, and he is very, very good. We're very close in our level of competition.
Yeah.
My very first show, and he ended up winning that show, and I got third by half a point.
So what does that feel like coming out of that first one and going like, whoa, I might
I was
actually be able to
sold.
do this? Yeah.
Yeah, I was sold.
That was me with bodybuilding. First show, I got
Yeah.
off the stage. I'm like, well, I'm doing that again.
I was sold. I loved it. I brought back that feeling again of that I had in football.
Yeah.
That's how I felt when I won my first local powerlifting meet. I was like, man, I'm going to the top.
Having people cheer you on and scream for you is the best feeling ever.
What's what is so like what's the age difference between you and people who are you would say is at like the top?
There are people that are younger than me that are at the top. There's
Really?
several people that are a lot younger than me. There's a guy that's 21 that'll be, or I think he's 20. He'll be turning 21 soon, and he'll be doing Giants Live. He'll probably go into Worlds.
Wow.
But I would say normally most of the guys hit their peak strength in their late 20s. All the way to mid to late 30s is when most of the guys are at the most competitive.
What do you think? Do you have an idea of probably where you'd be like, when you hit 30? Or?
I have no idea. I'm just trying to be as good of an athlete as I possibly can. Right now, I want to win the Arnold that's coming up, and we'll see from there.
Did you say how old you were?
27.
27.
Yeah.
You're 27. Okay.
So you got a potentially like still a 10-year come up even if you wanted to. Yeah.
So do you think you'll still be competing for up until like later on in life, or do you think you'll eventually want to switch to something else? Or
I want to compete as long as I can.
in
As
strongman?
long, in strongman. As long as I stay healthy and can do the sport, I love it. I want to do it for a long time.
Would you ever do a
Yeah.
bodybuilding show?
Yeah, I do want to do bodybuilding.
Oh, that would be
yeah.
sick.
Yeah, after I'm done with strongman.
How do you think you would look like cut down?
I think I would
Yeah.
look pretty terrible. Because, like, I imagine, like, my physique is going to look pretty, like, rough.
Like Mark Bell.
Yeah.
Mark Bell's got a pretty rough.
yeah, it's going to look pretty
physique.
terrible.
Yeah, you can see
shredded,
it.
Like
but just
Mike
look-
Israel.
You're shredded, but just look strong.
Look like Dr. Mike Israel.
Like, you're probably going
no.
to see all the little micro tears everywhere. Like, there's a couple strongmen that have done it, and, like, I mean, they have a ton of muscle, but they look rough. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because we've had this
Just a big
conversation
grizzly bear.
before, me and you, about how long you want to do it, and
Yeah.
you say that you want to do strongman like no matter what, how you're doing, and you're like you're in it to win it for the long haul as long as you can go, and it's funny because I'm in bodybuilding. You're like, oh, I'll do a bodybuilding show later, and I'm like. I'm kind of in bodybuilding going, well, do I even want to continue if I want to be at the high level? Because what is that going to take from me? What is it going to take from my family, my health, and these different things? And I just see it from a different point of view. And then I'm like, well, if I stop bodybuilding, maybe I'll just go to strongman.
that's so much better on your body.
I don't know what's worse,
I feel like at least, like from my outsider's perspective, I feel like the amount of drugs you have to do to be good at bodybuilding
Yeah.
are probably a lot less than like for even powerlifting and strongman.
Yeah, that's one of those like things that weighs on your personal convictions
Yeah.
when you do bodybuilding. It's just like, first of all, do you take the things because it's so common, and widespread, and it's like, well, the top guys are using these 15 peptides in one go. If I don't use the 5 mega combos, am I going to place second? So
yeah, it's kind of one of those things that like I think you need to come up with like what is healthy for you and what are you willing to do and not willing to do. And everyone's a little different. And if people are winning and they're like, oh, they take all those drugs, I'm like, well, they're winning.
Yeah.
That they chose to do it. They're winning. Like, you could do the same thing. I mean, maybe you would be dead, but you could do it. Like, it's their choice to do it. Like, and they're winning. I want to do. I mean, I'm not going to do what they're doing. Yeah. Not to that extent, but you can't fault them really for doing it if they're winning and it's their choice.
Yeah.
Right.
But doesn't mean you have to do it.
Do you feel like there's some people in Strongman that are maybe, doing comparable cycles or experiments on themselves, kind of like bodybuilders would at the top level?
100%.
Yeah.
I think. I actually think it's even worse at the mid level.
You think so? Yeah. I can see that.
I actually think it's worse at bodybuilding in the mid level too.
That's what people say, like the kind of like the national level, those bottom half of the class that just keep showing up year after year, and they're never really cracking the top. Like, they're the worst drug abusers. Yeah,
because I mean, we're competitive. Those guys are competitive. They want to win, but like sometimes genetics has a play and how good you are at something. And they're willing to do whatever it takes. I mean, day in and day out. And I mean, I don't know. It's not something that I'm interested in doing. But
yeah, because you have kids too.
Yeah, I have 2 kids. Yeah.
So yeah, I do as well, and that's always a thought in my mind when competing is like, is the training taking away? Is the traveling or anything? The diet, especially for me, but then of course the supplementation side. Is that going to affect my health drastically enough that I'm going to be taken away from my family if I do that? But I haven't had that problem ever, thank goodness. So
yeah, and I think it's a very valid. I think especially if you have kids, you need to think of that. And I also think on the flip side, like having a passion or a dream, if you say, I think is really important. I think most adults you see have given up on their dream.
Yeah.
They've consigned themselves to doing just a slog. Like, and everyone's dream is different, but most people aren't doing what they're passionate about, aren't even trying. They've given up on it after high school or after college. And I think it's something to see to prove to your kids that you can do something, and you can also have a family. I believe I can be a very elite athlete and still have kids.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think it's an absolute lie that a lot of these athletes have told people that you can't have kids. You have to be completely selfish. You have to be. I'm like, you're in the gym at most 3 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, what else are you doing with your day? Like, and 3 hours is a long time in the gym. Like,
right. It is.
Especially if you have a supportive significant other. You can be an elite athlete and also have a family. Like, I think it's ridiculous that a lot of elite athletes say certain stuff.
Yeah.
And it drove me crazy from when I was young. I was like, I don't buy it. I don't believe it.
I've kind of looked at it as almost a cheat code now to, have a whole family and like looking after, or potentially benefiting from what I'm doing or affected by what I do. So I'm like, I think it kind of gives you an extra ability, because part of being a dad or a spouse or something like that is self-growth, like and trying to always be a better person for the other people in your life, and those discipline things and the skills that you kind of learn out of that, and trying to be a better person and show up for other people every day, translates directly into your training. The discipline goes hand in hand both directions. So I think if you can channel that right, if you're trying to be a good dad and a good husband, that you could channel that energy directly into yourself as well. And I think if you show up for yourself, then you'll show up for your family.
Oh, 100%.
Would you say a lot of people like who struggle with that is not because like they or like lazy or don't want to do it, or is it just because like they don't have like a strong support system?
I think that could be one case, and like I can't talk for everyone. I can only talk for myself. But having a very supportive significant other that is there for you and wants the dreams as much as you want them is, because like it is hard. Like, I'm not sugarcoating. It's extremely difficult to have kids and be doing this. Like, it's not easy, but it's 100% doable with the right people around you and supporting you.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I like that.
What were you gonna say?
I was just saying I like that. You know, I think that's really important to have a good spouse and have somebody support you. You know, and
Yeah,
everything.
it's one of the most important things. Like, I can't talk enough good things about my wife. Like, she allows me to have time with the kids because she meal preps for me. She does a lot of stuff that
Wow.
like I so that I can spend time with the kids when I get home and stuff like that. Like, I will sing her praises till the day I die, because like a lot of stuff that I can do because of her.
Yeah, it's nice to have a enabler in your corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was an enabler in the military, so that was technically what my job was. So it's a crucial role.
Yeah.
We could throw a question out there that we have.
Yeah, we can go through the
So,
questions.
Yeah.
coming from, pretty sure it's your wife Olivia. It says, "What's your favorite song to listen to when you're hitting a PR?"
Ooh.
I have no idea. I've never had like one song. I've lifted PRs to silence. Like, I love music, but I don't know if I have one song. Can't think of anyone.
What's
If you
your
could
le-
think,
I have a genre. I like rock. I like
Like
punk.
color rock.
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah, like,
Absolutely. I knew
like-
you were going to. Olivia was like, I'm going to ask Seth, why is this your favorite song? That stupid song.
Sing it, Claudia. What,
Yeah.
what-
soft hand.
what would you say would be your least favorite genre working out to?
Screamo music.
Screamo. Okay.
Yeah, and then that stupid. I don't even know what genre is that. The DJ like
Like techno music?
techno.
Yeah.
yeah.
Alfredo's music.
Yeah, Alfredo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick's music. You hate Alfredo.
Yeah.
Well, no,
I like your music,
Nick's,
Alfredo.
a lot of, well, yes, the screamo music Nick likes is terrible, but Nick also plays good music, so gotta give
Yeah,
credit.
I'll be training some clients, and they'll start blasting some of the screamo over and over, and like everyone's extra, we're just extra exhausted by the end of it. It's
Yeah.
like, it's hard for me to get through
Loud
multiple.
noises fatiguing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if I have back-to-back sessions and stuff like that, I'll be going and I'll have like a headache. I'll be dead tired. They're exhausted by the end. We're not even talking anymore. Like, we gave up on that. I'm like, I don't know how people do this.
It's a super common music in strongman and powerlifting. Everyone listens to it.
It's way
Your
too
heart rate up.
overstimulating.
It can be for sure.
One of my clients like it, but that same client also hates another genre of music that's played a lot here by a certain someone.
Just rap or
you
what?
already, yeah, you already know.
Is it like punk rock or what?
No, it's rap.
Oh, rap.
I like that.
I can't stand female rappers, dude. I'm just gonna put it out there. No female rapper is good. They're all trash, and they all talk about absolute trash as well. So
That's like most rap though. Like,
yeah,
it's like garbage. But I like some rap.
Will Smith, like wholesome rappers still trash.
Ice
Yeah.
Cube. Yeah.
but no, I think, oh man, I can't stand when people are just.
I can't
just
work out
blasting
to that.
No,
I can't work out just knowing some bitch is soaked.
bro. Someone was playing gay rap in here. I think you know who it is too. You can make a guess.
Man, that and then
Big Dick Randy.
was that what it was?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh gosh, man, yeah.
Was that you who played it?
No, I know what song it is, but I haven't played it.
Yeah.
Ram Ranch.
That's one thing that'll get me going is when we start
Ram
talking
Ranch.
about the ox out there, man. Because I've had some experiences with that ox that'll drive me.
Also,
man,
I hate
golly.
the edgy covers of like normal songs.
Yeah.
They're not the actual person who's singing it. It's like, why?
Jeff's music.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
that's
like, let it
yeah,
go. Let it
yeah.
go.
Me and Claudia were saying the next song's gonna be like A, B, C.
It's,
Mary had a little lamb.
yeah. Like, no. Stop. It's so bad.
All right, well, that's your favorite PR song.
Well, I just really wanted to ask you, Seth, too. It's like, what's your favorite song that you've listened to recently, then, that kind of gets you like hype, or is there anything specifically that you could think of that like is right now that you love?
No,
No.
absolutely.
Yeah, that one right
not.
there.
That one. No, I'm really bad with the names of music. No, I mean, because I'm never on the aux anyway.
Right.
So I just listen to
You're
everyone
just kinda in
else's
the zone.
junk. So I kind of tune it out.
It's so
Everyone else is
interesting. So,
slop.
so at like at competitions, so do you like listen to your own music to get?
No, not normally.
Kind of like go
N-
into it and
yeah.
enjoy the moment.
Yeah, no, not normally. I don't normally listen to music.
From
but-
my experience,
so interesting.
It's really kind of hard to kind of put headphones on for a song like competition.
Yeah.
I guess that's a
Warming
good
up is
point.
hard enough.
Yeah.
Right,
Fiddling with
right.
other songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of times, like I'm talking to other people and
Yeah, I
stuff,
feel-
and so like can't really have anything like on my head. Like I don't know. I just find it weird. So I don't really
fair.
normally listen to music. Actually, getting ready for shows, the last like week, I won't listen to any music at all. I won't listen to anything that's super stimulating. I don't do.
Just to kind of build up your adrenaline.
Not even
Yeah.
in the car
I
or
was about to say,
anything like
there's
No,
that?
no, not in
Yeah.
the car. I normally just
Yeah.
just drive in silence because I found that like the more you take it away, like
Yeah.
when you do listen
Okay.
to it, your dopamine and
Yeah.
your adrenaline response is so much higher.
I feel like we're just hit with dopamine so much nowadays. One of the things I really want to do is like have a dopamine fast on Sundays.
Okay, like
Where I
no
just
phone,
like no music, no screens, no nothing. Like
yeah.
I know a lot of powerlifters. They always get like super hyped up for every single lift, and it just adds extra fatigue whenever you're just like expending that much energy, getting hyped up and stuff like that. And I know some coaches even program like low hype. Like,
Yeah.
Make this set like low
Yeah.
hype, and then next week and like expend a little more.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess like especially if you're thinking about like as you're building up and each week you're lifting more weight. You don't want your week one to be like you're smelling salts and
Yeah.
chalk and throwing everywhere and just getting
Yeah, I've
super
gotten a
hyped
lot
for no
better.
reason.
I've gotten a lot better when I don't really worry about the music, and I don't take smelling salts anymore. I haven't used in like a year and a half.
Bro's clean.
Yeah, not clean though.
Sober.
I don't smell them
Some
salts
people's
anymore.
like their nose are burnt
Well,
out. Like
one of my
crazy.
clients, Alan, used to use them every single time. I'd be like, you got to stop. Like, you're going to have, like, on meet day, you're not going to be able to, like, use this.
Now he
It's
doesn't
just going to be
powerlift.
normal.
Now he doesn't
Well,
powerlift anymore.
he says he might come back, so hopefully I'll get his other. Anyway,
Yeah, I
But,
don't
yeah.
even really like smelling salts.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've tried a few and I don't really like them, but I don't know. Maybe I'm not trying the right ones. but-
They throw me off.
I like them if I'm like in my head about something. So if I'm just being weird about like the lift or like it's something heavier than I've ever done before.
Yeah.
Sometimes it kind of helps me get out of that thing.
where you're not
Let's go.
concentrating on the actual
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
oh, can I?
Or
can
what
I?
number, anything like that. It just kind of helps me zone out.
Gives you a little more confidence.
Yes.
you know?
I would
Yeah.
say yeah, because I would say like adrenaline wise, I wouldn't say it does a huge amount. I'd say it's mostly just getting your focus
Yeah.
off of overthinking. You know, when people like abuse it, it's just like, I mean, it's so bad. You know,
Yeah,
it
it's
feels
not- it's
like you're
definitely
just getting lobotomy like every
Yeah,
time. You smell it.
you're gonna feel the effects if you keep going over and over
Like, I feel like
again.
that just got
You know,
shot through the eye.
Yeah, some people, man. I mean, they use it for like warm ups, everything.
that's crazy.
They wake
to me.
up.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I used
Gotta
it
warm them
once.
muscles
for-
up, man.
I would get like my nose was real clogged. I just got like a little. I just wafted a little bit, and it did clear it up. I was like, oh, it's not bad.
Yeah, no, there's been a time where I've gotten like a brand new bottle of smelling salts, and I didn't realize how bad. This was like one of my first times ever using them when they were brand new, and I put it up to my nose, and it got stuck up inside my nose, and I was, oh, dude, the feeling I had was the worst. Like,
There's this video of this dude. Like this is like COVID era. he like lodged like a piece up
Yeah,
in his nose.
yeah, that's
Oh,
what happened
no.
to me.
And it
Yeah.
got like stuck. He started like puking his pre-workout, and it was like
Okay, I didn't do
purple
that.
and pink.
I feel like the feeling in the sinus there would just like burn your eyeball off
Yeah.
or something. Like,
It is.
like chlorine just spewing through.
I was when I was in college, there like going to my chemistry labs, we had to work with ammonia, and I was just sitting there just getting all
was
this
like, what
PTSD
was it?
smell, and I was like, oh my god, everyone's just like, this guy's a freak. I was like,
You
it
see
smells
you
so
smelling it, goes,
good.
I'm about to hit a
I feel like I'm
Yeah.
relapsing.
Give me a barbell, right?
Yeah.
Did you used to use it a lot?
I did. I used to use it a lot. It's mostly when I trained with Reese. I used it.
I didn't know you trained with Reese.
I did, yeah.
He's like unfortunate.
Big
Yeah.
salt sniffer.
It just goes.
He was-
That sucks.
Yeah, I love Reese, but yeah, he was very like the most West Side.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was
man.
true West Side.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was a West Side
Yeah,
barbell
but-
lifter.
Yeah, I used it a lot, and then yeah, I'm so glad I stopped because it was. I was like, I can't hit this unless it was just such placebo.
Yeah, but so yeah, you're actually
now I just take more pre-workout.
I just have a
It
caffeine
sounds like
addiction.
you're talking about drugs.
Yeah,
I know.
You're like, I'm so
mean-
glad I stopped sniffing
I
the
know,
salt.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, in a way it
Yeah.
is. You
Shit.
I
know?
just kind of started doing more pre-workout instead.
It's like caffeine. Caffeine is addictive.
I stopped
you know?
smoking, but now I just vape.
yeah, I stopped drinking. Now I just smoke weed.
I stopped slopping on this stuff, so I started slopping on this.
Got a new addiction.
That's kind of our personality. Like all people that are really getting lifting,
Yeah.
they're very addictive personalities.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody commented that on one of my videos. They said that they were like, because I was talking about being addicts, and he was like, well, anybody that does an extreme sport kind of has to have some sort of addiction in a sense. And I think that a lot of the strength sports can kind of get wrapped into extreme sports in a way too.
Oh, they're some
'Cause,
of the most extreme sports.
Yeah, you think about like bodybuilding and strongman, especially. I think some of the risk involved with that, and even powerlifting to an extent. But the risk involved would be the same as like a rock climber, And there's certain safeties that you put in place, like ropes and things like that. And bodybuilding, that would be a blood work and a healthy diet. And strongman, you're talking about your pads and learning technique and stuff like that. There's certain ways to get things up without hurting yourself. Like there's safety measures in place the same way, but it still has its inherent risk as a sport. So,
Oh yeah.
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 I got another question. So this one is from Chase Gravitt. He asked,
Shout
"What
out.
makes you different from your competitors?" Very wise, Chase. Very wise.
That's a good one. That was actually good.
Yeah, it's a good one. Probably, I would say a few things. My most competitors don't have a family. Most competitors don't have as good of a training partner as I do. Like that is a huge thing. Like Alec is one of the best training partners you could ask for.
I'd love to be partners, training partners with the world's strongest man.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, how is it just getting to train with Alec all the time too, with each other, just pushing each other?
That's good. I mean, we've always gotten along very well ever since a young age. Yeah, we have our moments. We tussle, we fight, but
It's just brothers.
yeah, I mean, but we get along well. And we train. We have the same mindset when it comes to training, so it makes it very easy.
Are you
to
closer
train.
with Alec than your other siblings?
Probably just because we're around him so
Yeah.
much.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy that I keep calling you guys the world's strongest brothers because I think that's true. Nobody's claimed it otherwise, so we're going to
Well,
do it here.
I think the Stallmans have.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So
because he's
sadly-
one. Yeah. I think the Stallmans technically are they're the short because Tom Stallman has won Worlds 3 times, and then Luke's won Europe. So he's won
Yeah.
a couple other big shows.
Yeah.
So
Are they currently still going pretty
yeah,
strong?
yeah.
Ah, dang.
Yeah.
Well, bring him to Brew House and we'll see for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
500-pound
kneecaps.
sandbag.
Yeah, we'll see. But we need proof. So they're welcome to come out here and we'll film everything. But
Yeah, we'll film it and
Yeah.
monetize
And post about it.
so if you're watching,
Okay, we got one more question we can say.
So I have a couple.
Yeah, you go ahead. I'll save this.
Okay. Well, I just have one. So what's been your favorite event that you've got to train for, or just I guess compete with? Any of your competitions?
One of my favorite was in the Siberian Power Show in Russia. I really liked the circus dumbbell ladder I got to do. That was awesome. training for it was like non-existent, but doing it was awesome.
Yeah. So it's just that one, or do you have like any more?
I really like that one. I really like any like a yoke into a press. I really like like yoke into log. That was really fun. I really enjoy that one.
That sounds like you're just gonna pass out. I couldn't imagine running 1,000-pound yoke to just hit like a crazy.
No, I loved that one. That was awesome. And then sandbag to shoulder. I also love that event.
Yeah.
What event would you say you have like the best form with, or you don't have to like you don't struggle the most with?
Probably dumbbell. Dumbbells has always come very naturally. To me.
It looks super easy when you
It
do
does.
it.
It does.
Because I see it, I'm like, no, I could probably do that.
Yeah, then I
It's
tried
not
it.
easy.
When I was
not.
editing the video you guys did,
worst.
the YouTube video, I noticed that your log EMOM was his circus dumbbell EMOM. It was the same way.
Dude,
I was
that's,
like, bro.
oh man, yeah. For those of you that are watching this that haven't seen that, the YouTube video is out. I attempt the strongman workout, so
You did pretty good.
yeah, it was all right, but it's good to see like some of the stuff that we haven't really seen here. That that's just absolute gold coming out of some of the best strongmen that we have here at the gym. Just giving me great information. It's a great video to check out.
It's good to put in perspective because you're strong for a bodybuilder, but yeah, and you're stronger than the average bodybuilder. And then seeing you do these strongman events, it's like, wow, this is actually like really difficult.
The other video that I put out, I was like, well, I'll attempt the warm-up weight for my Y1 rep max. Oh man.
Yeah, no, I think it's good. And it's interesting because there's really no crossover from strongman to bodybuilding.
There's not. I don't see it.
I mean, there's not really much correlation on either one of them either. I mean, so I understand why there's not, but it is interesting to see. I think.
Yeah.
I'd love to see some of the pro guys see what they could do because I know some of those guys like James Hollington. I bet he could. I know he could sling weight around like ridiculous. Like just how good of a squatter he is and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, like Ian Valaire. I'd love to see them train with a strongman. I think that would be fascinating.
It's crazy to see the physique difference because if you look at, we have just such high level here and you can see there's like a common theme to the physiques, even though all of y'all look completely different in your own ways, but the chest is smaller, not as much of a developed chest, but there's no need to have, just huge pecs.
Yeah,
there's no advantage to that. And
It's
strength.
like holding the log up, maybe.
Yeah, but
that's all tricep. Yeah.
The chest is never isolated really, unless you're doing the one time I saw there was like a press and they loaded kegs. And stuff.
Yeah.
But then you have decent arms, nice thick arms. You got really like kind of well developed shoulders all the way through, rear delts, everything like that. But and then just monster backs.
Yes.
And good legs.
Yes, the backs are huge.
Yeah, monster backs on strongman.
But every strongman, especially open heavyweights, they all have very wide waists.
Yes,
and
that's the big thing. Abdomen. Yeah.
Well, because like performance-wise, it's very, very beneficial. Like,
Right.
Especially with log, you're carrying, moving. It's very beneficial to have a wider base.
That's my biggest fear doing any of the strongman stuff is actually getting injured in my back or abdomen or getting like a what'd you call it? I guess a
hernia or descended
or something like that.
Yeah,
just because I have such a weak waist as a bodybuilder.
Yeah, I think that's pretty valid. But I also think a lot of times just the sheer size of the guys is why their waists are so big too.
Yeah, having to hold that,
Yeah.
all that musculature and weight
And
up.
fat and everything else.
And through the movements too,
Yeah.
because you're moving your body through so many planes that and that core is holding all of that. So, yeah. I don't move through any planes when I'm bodybuilding. My limbs do, but my torso and my hips aren't really moving like you would in a full dynamic movement, like a log press or something like that.
Well, and you guys did the strongman meet here, and you came from powerlifting. How was that transition over?
So just because I was so new to it, I kind of figured I could do whatever and make some progression. So the biggest difference was there was like there was less structure compared to powerlifting, where like I'm doing these sets and this and this and that. Where like strongman was just kind of like I need to do about this and go a little bit heavier next time and like just do it a little faster and go a little heavier. Do like maybe add another rep to the EMOM, stuff like that. Where powerlifting, it's very, at least compared to like my training specifically, it's a lot more structured. It was a lot more fun, just because I'm training for 5 different events compared to just 3, like in the exact same conditions every single time. And the competition itself was nothing like it was nothing like a powerlifting competition.
It was really exciting.
The like warming up was like
warming up.
a suggestion, like if you can try try to warm up, I guess, if you want.
Yeah.
Compared to like, because like if any powerlifting competition had the same conditions of warming up as like a typical strongman show, people would be posting about it for months. They'd be throwing hissy fits. Like all these people would be getting injured. Yeah, it'd be super suboptimal. Where like to do the 700 pound yoke, me and Colin just picked up the 200 pound yoke like a couple times. And you're like, yeah, that's all we get. And then we waited like half an hour, and then we did it.
Yeah.
So.
But it moved so much better than when I was in training. I was like, I guess I just shouldn't warm up anymore.
Yeah, you're just fatiguing yourself if you're warming up. What are you doing?
There was also a lot less wear and tear on my joints, except for my elbow, because I don't know how to clean and press. But like my back never really hurt. My knees never hurt. My quads never hurt. So I think it's also because I'm so new to it. I can't really go as heavy as I think I could.
Right.
But it was just so much more fun, a lot more dynamic, and I felt like an athlete every single day.
I felt so cool, like doing all the events. It was fun to train for because I always burn out on powerlifting because I usually only compete like once a year in powerlifting because then I just get sick of the movements. And then once I had like such variation to train with and learn it, plus I got stronger doing them and I had a lot of fun. But now I'm like there's so many events I get to just kind of work with and try out. And I feel like now that I'm like reaching a heavier body weight, I'm like everything's feeling a little bit more comfortable. And now my pressing's a lot stronger after training for that strongman event. So now I feel like a lot more confident with a lot of the movements. It's just like learning endless events now, I guess.
Well, I think that's one of the coolest parts because in bodybuilding, powerlifting, it's the same thing every time. It's the same prep.
Yeah.
Every time. It's just what can I do better this time?
Yeah.
And then, but with strongman, it's completely different. And I think we even talked about this at one point, how there's even like a different physique or different body that you would bring to a different competition in strongman. And I'm sure you could talk more on this, but you have like your moving events and some might have more of those and some might have more strength base where it might benefit you to be a little heavier or it might benefit you to be a little lighter.
Yeah, like some shows they'll try to increase the body weight if it's heavier but less moving. And then if they're a little bit lighter and more faster events, you'll try to probably bring that body weight down a little bit.
Yeah,
I
think that's
know
so
during
cool.
the 2014, like 2018 era of strongman, like it benefited very heavily to be like 400 plus because that was a lot more static strength.
It was very much more that way. But now you're kind of in the middle where you're not as statically heavy, especially that like 2016, 2018 era. Yeah. Like those years were like the heaviest, I think. And then now there's still very heavy events, but you also have more heavy moving events for a little bit longer distance.
Yeah, I think that's so cool to be able to train for something different every single time.
Yeah.
So to add on to that, I was going to ask you, Seth, since we're already talking about like events and everything, do you prefer having events change all the time? Like, do you feel like that makes you stick to strongman more with it changing, or would you prefer them always be like the same events? No,
I like that it changes. I really like that it changes all the time. I find it really fun to train for, keeps things fresh and different. And I like so many events. If they stayed the same, you'd lose a lot of events that I like.
It's interesting because, like, for instance, in powerlifting, we only have 3 events.
Yeah.
Like, our whole purpose is getting stronger in those 3 events.
Yeah.
So that's, it's so interesting to hear that like you prefer changing it up because you may not ever get really good at that event. You'll come back to it later on and it may not be as good, or you'll do something else and be even better, like a different event.
I'd push back a little bit just because, like, you can't tell me that the strongmen are not as good deadlifters as the powerlifters.
No.
Just
I don't
like
mean that.
even if you took out like suits and all that.
Oh, for sure.
And they may not be deadlifting as much as powerlifters, but like some of the strongmen are they're damn good deadlifters. Or even there's some that are ridiculous squatters.
Yeah.
Even though we never squat.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Let's just not talk about
Yeah.
bench.
Yeah.
One
No,
thing
there's
that
a couple that are good benchers.
I bet.
There's a couple 700-pound benchers and strongmen.
One thing that I liked about strongman, like the warm up sucking, is that it sucked for everybody else.
Yeah.
So like the events changed for everybody else, so everybody has to start like fresh, more or less.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I really.
That's like when
liked.
you're telling me about like, because if I'm gonna do nationals, it's a 2-day event. You're like, well, the second day everyone is exhausted and beat up. So
Yeah. Oh
Makes it a
no,
little bit
2-day
fair.
events like your first ever one. It's an awakening.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, I have to do this again.
I could not imagine.
I love it though. I love 2-day
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah, you guys had me beat up just from that one
Oh yeah,
workout.
I was gonna say, yeah. Do you prefer it having like multiple days for your
Yeah.
competition?
Yeah,
like,
I
for
really
instance,
like-
Did you really enjoy like just like I guess a local meet would have like just one day?
Yeah, just one day. I really like the 2-day shows.
Is it like 3 events and 3 events?
Yeah, they'll do 3 or 3, or some are 4 and 4. We have 4 and 3 at the Arnold.
I couldn't imagine doing like if we did the Soukup showdown.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, oh, we got
You have the
tomorrow.
next day.
Yeah.
That's
It's
what,
like,
that's
yeah,
what's
tomorrow's
curious,
max
yeah.
log, baby.
Yeah, yeah. It really figures out like who has it, who wants to win.
That'd be a blast to
Yeah.
turn
Yeah.
ours into a 2-day.
That would be-
I don't think you could do a local show 2 days.
Okay, does it have to be like a national or regional, or is that like
Yeah, I think it's a national. It's not even a regional.
Okay.
The only thing I
Oh,
know
okay.
is 2-day is a national
Oh, okay.
Arnold or OSG. I've never
Really?
heard of a local show to being 2 days.
Is it
Yeah.
possible for them to do that? Or is
I
that just
actually
something-
I don't know. I don't have the answer for that.
Oh,
I have
okay,
no
okay.
idea.
Yeah. I would love to have both options here at Brewhouse.
Yeah.
So that somebody can compete at a like a local level, and then so they can also roll right into what we might have later on that year as like the next step
Regional.
for them.
Qualify
Yeah.
qualify
Yeah.
for our national.
Yeah. keep them in our own system.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Another thing about like the different variations of like the strongman, I think it's funny. It's like you could get good at a sandbag run. Like, yeah, I'm getting a little bit better at this. Like, just wait until you do the fire hydrant run or the washing machine run. It's just like, oh, now I gotta move. I gotta learn how to hold something different and run with it.
Yeah, we're gonna do a utility hold.
Yeah.
Like, what's
I think
that?
Spencer was saying, or when we refloor the gym, we're gonna be like, all right, this next prep, you're gonna have to. It's gonna be a mat run, so you're gonna have to get all the mats in, lay them out,
Mat drags.
Yeah, drags.
as fast as you can. I think we can do one last question.
So I have,
This one is from Wilson. He asks, who is Seth's least favorite current Brewhouse member?
Do you really want me to say that?
I'll bleep their name.
let's say we can bleep it.
We can bleep whatever we need.
Yeah, I'll bleep their name.
I don't know if I have a least. I get along with almost everyone here pretty good.
Doesn't mean you like them all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. I mean, just because you get along with everybody doesn't mean you like them.
well, he's not a member, is he?
I know that he's ever been a member.
Yeah, I don't
other
think
than
he was
anything.
probably my least favorite. He's the only person that I've almost like beat up. Some of the visiting powerlifters I've had an issue with.
Really?
What-
be specific.
Yeah, in what way?
Some
Yeah.
Well, what have they done?
They were. I was in the middle of my run when they put the deadlift jack in
Oh,
the
in the way.
lane.
Oh.
Yeah,
I remember that. Day.
Yeah,
Just-
I just
fair.
swatted it.
Yeah, that's fair. Getting in.
But
the
like
way.
I'm not like it was a mistake. I'm sure he didn't mean to do it. Like,
Yeah.
and we moved on.
Right.
We yelled at him and then we moved on.
I do feel like that we do get some visitors that they're so shell shocked when they're working out here sometimes that I just see them, they're just acting funny.
Yeah.
They always
yeah.
they always be acting weird, man, or they're like
very
they
timid
don't they're really timid and like can I use this machine? And I'm like, is somebody else using it? And they're like, no. And,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
But
I'll be like walking by, they'll be,
Yeah.
hey man, do you know if anybody's using that machine over there? I'm like,
Yeah, whenever people
No?
tell me that, usually you are.
Yeah. It's like, but they just don't know how to act, or they're like really scared to talk to
There's like
anybody.
times where whenever like someone's coming in here for the first, or someone I know,
Yeah.
and I'm having them check out the gym, and they see all you guys training hard. They act the same as if they like just saw like an X or something, because they're around me. They're just staring at me, like only on me, asking me these questions, keep conversation going, because they don't want to be like, in the middle of anything.
They're
don't wanna
trying
cut
to
you
ignore
straight.
it.
Trying
They're
to
like,
just push it away.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
It's okay to say it.
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
well,
dude,
I
this is
try to
every
be
day for
nice
us.
to all the new guys. Like there's no one I dislike really at the gym. Everyone like has their quirks. Like I have mine, and like
Yeah.
everyone does. Like I generally like almost everyone here is pretty good. Like
Yeah.
That's fair.
I'm not like. I'm like, if you ever have Colton or Jackie on here, they'll have a whole list of who they don't like. But like, I just everyone
Probably that
genuinely
too.
has a reason why they're the way they are. So just
Yeah.
I don't really.
That's true. That is, I think about that sometimes. Brewhouse has a collective, interesting group of people, myself included.
Yeah,
of like
we're all a
just
bit
like-
different.
There's all a little something there. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you don't see anywhere else.
No.
No.
Everyone's got their little thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
the little quirks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
ticks.
I mean,
Oddities.
everybody's got a little bit of that.
Yeah, I think everyone does.
Little bit of
I feel like dude, if you're really into strength, you're just inherently kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're
Yeah.
just different. I don't even know if weird's the right word, but different because it's just not as common.
I
And
feel like hyperfixation's a good
Yeah.
word for it.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's okay being weird. It's just like
I think that's
not
just
necessarily
yeah.
people.
It's
No.
just like the
Yeah.
type of person that's typically drawn to these kinds of things because they are abnormal. It's
Yeah.
any of us really walk around in public and people
we
look
don't-
at us.
yeah, I don't- I don't
differently,
feel it.
Yeah, it's not a normal thing to do to unfortunately to go to the gym every day
Yeah.
and train like we do and
Yeah.
to eat the diets that we do to live the lifestyle, be interested in the things. It's very abnormal. And who are the type of people that choose to do abnormal, niche, weird things?
Yeah.
Typically like abnormal, niche, and weird people. So
I couldn't imagine like what normal people do in their
Yeah.
free time. Like what are you doing if you're not going to the gym like 4 times a week?
Just
Like,
yeah,
you have
being
all
at
this spare
home.
time.
Yeah, and
What do you
everyone,
do?
I find it interesting. I have people like, how do you find the time to do it? And I look at them like, how do you not find the time
Yeah.
to do it? Like, where, what are you doing? Well, they're going to the bar.
Yeah.
Or I gotta go to the bar. I
Yeah.
gotta hang out with my friends. I gotta do
Yeah.
this. And it's like, well, yeah, you don't have any time then.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're just putting your time in the wrong places,
Yeah.
or not necessarily, I guess, the wrong places, depending on what they're doing. It's just different.
Yeah.
than
Oh,
what
and
we
like,
are.
I don't think people need to be like me or like you guys where they're that like focused on the gym and it's like big part of their life.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of people could spend an hour in the gym or do
sure.
something like that.
Oh yeah.
Is king.
It just
Yeah,
kinda
for most people.
Yeah.
It's like they just get home from work. I'm so tired, and they sit down. They just
Yep.
Yeah,
Watch
forever.
Scroll on their phone until dinner's ready and then
Look.
turn the TV on.
Yeah.
Watch Netflix till it's time to go to bed.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, work was long. Now I gotta get up for work again.
Yeah, then that's it. It just kind of, I was just going back to like,
Out.
And then they wake up and it's immediately like, oh, alarm off. Just see what new reels are there.
just going back to like the abnormal
See-
thing about like people in the gym. I do think it's so funny going from like here to like a crunch or somewhere else to train, and people just are genuinely just surprised by you being there and lifting whatever you're lifting. It's so funny to see that. for
Yeah.
me anyway.
I had to go to a 4-star about a month back. That was a weird experience.
Oh, it's very different over
I
there.
can't imagine
Yeah.
you walking into a commercial.
Yeah,
gym.
they just
kinda
look
funny.
at you and go,
Yeah.
"When's the cut?"
Yeah, literally.
The cut's gonna be
Yeah, the cut's
generational.
gonna
Do you get like when you're in public? Do you get like weird looks or people approach you a lot?
Oh, yes.
What is it like? What do they say?
Oh, it's just the same thing. How much do you bench? It's like,
You're like,
I feel like yeah, the generic gym bro like question. yeah.
I'll just make a number up, or I'll be like, I don't bench.
Yeah.
Like, you don't work out? Like, nope.
What's crazy? You could probably say any number.
You could literally
Yeah.
you could be like 600 pounds.
Well,
legally.
even you could say 300, and people are like, oh,
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like after 300, they don't understand. 5 to 300 is irrelevant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Seriously,
fair.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
there.
Like to the normal person, like if you tell them you squat 500 or like 700, it doesn't mean
That's like
it,
a car,
it
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
plus,
the way.
dude, 400 plus, they're like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that's all just
Yeah.
insane.
No, I don't mind it though. I enjoy talking to people. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah, you get how much you bench is like number one
That's
thing.
insane, dude.
It's
I
like
wanna
when
see,
did that
like-
become the standard of like strength?
Because
Yeah.
everybody benches.
I feel like it's just because it's such an easy
'cause
thing for
everyone
people to
skips-
do.
Everyone skips leg day,
Yes.
yeah, and it's so
Yes.
easy just to go bench.
You can
Yeah.
literally just go lay down and there you go. You're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's what the one guy that always kept stopping me at 4-star is this older guy, and every time he had to say something. One of the times I took my hoodie off and I had just a wife beater like tank top underneath and undershirt, and he was like, he came up to me, he's like, "You need to be taking that sweater off more often. People need to know what a beast looks like."
I think he's about to rub one out with you, dude.
You're just
Did
like,
he ask for your number?
Yeah, you're about to go back to the bathroom and he's gonna follow.
And then he saw my legs and he was like, he was just sitting there glazing me to my wife, like, "Man, this boy's legs, man. You sure you didn't play football?"
right.
He was like, "Yeah, I ain't ever seen legs like
Imagine-
these." And I'm like,
imagine
"Oh my
people-
gosh."
Imagine you put
Come around
oil
me
on
right
those
now,
things.
boy.
That's how you know that he takes it serious.
He's like telling your wife, "Yeah, imagine you put some oil on these things."
telling your wife, I wish I was you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could be.
Well, no,
you.
he always starts with, because he's an older guy, and he always starts. And I've only ever seen him Smith machine bench press, and that's it. He just comes in, does like 3 sets of bench over an hour, and then leaves. But yeah, he has to tell me several times too. He's like, "Look, I've been doing this a long time, all right, and I ain't seen legs like that walking around here." And I'm like, "What?" And then
he's just like, has like a
He's-
belt.
he's like, "I've been doing this a
I've
long
got
time."
pictures of every person's legs.
Yeah, he's clearly got. He's got to get his 30 minutes of harassing somebody in the gym.
I've been checking the last 6-month files, and I haven't seen
Anyone.
legs like this in the gym in a while.
He pulls out his little camera.
I can see you
Saving
just
this one
like
for later.
sneak in. You're just gonna hit a couple sets, and you just hear behind you. He's like, "You think you could sneak past me, boy?"
Or do you ever get to like, well, how long will it take me to get to your deadlift or get to you? Like, how long? It's like, maybe never.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Maybe no matter what you do, maybe never. I mean, like, it took me a long, long time. You tell them, like, I mean, it's taken me 10 years of training to get here.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I want to get it sooner. And it's like,
good luck.
good luck.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm not stopping you.
I always
Yeah.
like if I'm working with one of my buddies or something, and I'm like, I'll put up a lot more weight, and they're just like, man, like, they're making a joke about how they can't do that or they want to. I was like, well, if you could do this now, then I'm doing something wrong. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you could do what I'm doing
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
That, or I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you may have run into this more, is people will try to outdrug time.
Yeah.
In like, there's a couple pretty good athletes that were here at Brewhouse, but they wanted it now. They wanted to be winning OSG now. They had no patience, and
Yeah.
they were doing well in a year, but they would do things that I'm like, you should not be doing that.
Yeah.
And they would try to outdrug time. Like, you have to have time. Like, you cannot just take more and get better. That's not how this works.
Yeah, I've had that multiple times when I have prospective clients coming to me, or existing clients already. They come to me and they're like, what can I do to get like you, or I want to get to your level. I'm like, well, first of all, if you can even get there, like, let's just put that out there. We don't know for sure unless we try, but there's always a chance that like you genetically will never look like me. But even then, they say they can even look better. It's going to take some time, and
Yeah.
I'll have people like I've had 2 or 3, maybe just 2 cases now, where people come to me and they're like kind of hiding the fact that they're just interested in the drugs, and they'll start kind of going down the intake process. And I'm like, oh yeah, let's look at blood work. And they're like, oh, one guy, he was like, oh, my test was low. I'm like, it's okay, we'll get to that. And then start talking about other things, and he's like, well, I feel like we're ignoring a biological issue here. My test is low. And I'm like, Yeah, right. I know your test is low. We'll get there. There's plenty of options of ways that we can go about handling this, naturally, unnaturally, whatever it may be. But like, we got to fix the training, the diet, all these other things first.
sleeping.
I'm like, we'll get there. Just wait. Like, you can't just run up changing, taking testosterone or whatever it may be, whatever SARM, peptide, and clomiphene is not going to get you where you're trying to go quicker than if you just fix the basics.
Yeah.
Start with can we get consistently training hard? Are we showing up every day training like we want to be huge or whatever it is? We want to be strong.
Are you eating right? Are you sleeping like people?
Exactly.
Sleep schedule's a mess.
Yeah. So just, attacking the basics, and that takes time. It takes a lot of time and consistency showing up every day trying to put these things in place before we ever start worrying about, can we add drugs to the situation? Cause
I think it's funny whenever people come to you and they're just like asking for your advice. But then eventually they're just like, listen, I got $50. What can you give me right now?
Oh yeah, dude. I've sat through an entire hour-long consultation with the guy, and then he still wasn't convinced that like he just there's some other things that he needed to work on. He's like, I'm not gonna track my food. I'm not gonna I know how to train hard. And I was like, dude, I don't think you're training hard enough. So I brought him in, even gave him a whole session, and then this guy still just hits me up. Now, do you just know anybody at the gym that I can talk to about getting steroids? I'm like, bro, come on.
He was here one time.
No.
He saw Colton down the gym, and he was just like, that's the guy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Was I here when he brought him in?
I don't know. But
Okay, that's hilarious.
yeah, then like a month later, I get a text from him. I hadn't talked to him in a while. He's like, hey, just checking in. I'm like, do you know where I could get some masks? And I'm like, no, dude, I don't know where you can get anything.
Stop trying to ask me.
Get away from me.
But it's funny that he was willing to endure like a whole consultation with me of like trying to fix all these other things. He didn't care about
I'm just
any of that.
imagining him talking to you in just one ear, just other just steroids.
I'm like, well, we really want to manipulate our diets so that we can do this. He's like, yeah, well, anyways, what about Anavar? Would that be good? And I'm like, no,
Can I
not
eat a
Anavar. Not right now.
sandwich?
You're
Yes or
just
no?
like, okay, so you got this breakfast right in here. He's just like, okay, what's Trimbolone?
Yeah. And can I
So,
eat it?
I took a D-ball before this. Is that okay?
For
I'm
breakfast,
like, what?
It's so
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, is that something that you've run into a lot here at Brew House? Like, people,
I don't coach people,
Yeah.
but people like I said, we had some athletes that were doing strongman with us. They were quite talented, and I think could have been pretty good, but they weren't good enough fast enough.
Yeah.
And he did it for like a couple of them did it for like less than a year, and were podiuming, and they were doing well.
Yeah.
But they just kept going, doing more and more, and then
fix.
in a year they're not doing anything now. They're all super overweight and back to ground zero. And it's like, oh, you lost all that weight, you competed, and you abused the hell out of stuff.
Yeah.
For nothing.
slaughtered 75% of your sperm count.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I was like
Reversible
that.
damage.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't get the people that want to rush to that instead of just putting in like I mean, I don't know how many times you can just say it. Stick to the basics. And I feel like that's
Well, they're
like,
not flashy. Why do you think the cold water therapy that gets so hyped?
Oh, yeah.
Anything
Yeah.
flashy, like anything that's like actually important is super
Yeah.
boring. And so,
Yeah.
like, it doesn't make good videos. It doesn't make good content. It's not interesting.
Yeah.
Sleeping 8 hours is pretty boring.
Yeah, like sleeping 8 hours. Like, what are you gonna do? Today? That was real simple. How do you
Can I
make
dip
a video
my
on
face
it?
in water or something?
Yeah.
Like,
Can I wipe a
Yeah.
banana on my face and get amazing skin? Like, it just all the flashy, weird things people latch on to.
yeah, I think that's especially the American society too, being so consumeristic. That's just what we tend to gravitate towards is what's marketable, what sells. That's what people like.
What
They
gets
want to be
results
sold.
the quickest.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
is the biggest
'Cause they
thing,
want results
the
yesterday.
quickest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, steroids are
Yeah.
easy to sell.
Yep.
So
Yes.
easy to sell to somebody, and they see the top level, and of course all the guys are using it to get there, but they don't see the years.
of sweat, blood, and tears these guys put in on top of the dedication they have. on top of the genetics they have.
Yeah.
It just kind of reminded me of like, so in high school, allegedly a lot of people were taking steroids in football, and I wasn't. But one of the kids who was powerlifting with me was on gear, but I was stronger than him whenever he hopped off of his steroids, whenever he wasn't in football season anymore. And so he'd get so confused, like, why are you stronger than me? I was like, I don't know. It just like also goes into like genetics and the fact
Yeah.
that I've been lifting naturally forever, and he would always enhance himself during football season and then fall off super hard.
I knew a guy just like that in high school where he would take gear. He had a really good power thing in squat and deadlift, but my bench was always better than him, and it just drove him nuts.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he wanted to be the best, and he knew I wasn't taking anything. He beat me in every leg exercise, but I had him in bench and overhead, and he just like
Drove him crazy.
it drove him mad, and like I was like, buddy.
Because it's pretty rough. It's pretty demoralizing. Like you're on stuff, and then
Yeah,
some
somebody's-
natural person
somebody's
is
stronger
beating
than
you.
you.
Yeah, but like I mean, everyone has their different starting points. Everyone has different,
For sure.
like genetics and stuff like that. Some people like in strongman, they're at the top level in 4 years, and they're amazing. And then some guys take 7 to 10 years to get there,
Yeah.
and have just as long as a career as the guy that was there in 3.
Yeah.
But it's everyone kind of gets there at their own time. There's been a lot of very, very good athletes that took a while to get there.
I feel like, especially like in powerlifting, a lot of the young kids, they get so good so quickly, and then once they like stop making insane progress, they start hitting plateaus, they get injured, they burn out so quickly
Yes.
because they're so used to like all this progress, and they tie their identity to like just getting better and being the best, and then once they face like real like adversity, they can't handle it, and then just
Yeah.
look for something else.
Well, that's
New
something that
beginnings.
I had a question for you guys. Do you guys think that that kids should be powerlifting as young as they are?
I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. Like lifting weights, I think is good for people.
Yeah,
to do.
yeah,
I think no
100%
matter
agree
what,
with
people
that.
should lift weights.
I do think there is something to like kids that only start powerlifting and they never try any team-based sport. I feel like
Okay,
they kind of
yeah,
miss out
yeah.
on some socialization.
On
aspect
top of
it.
that, I
see.
also
Yeah, with
Oh,
that. No, I was just agreeing.
and then it makes them like pretty soft to any sort of adversity.
I also think they get injured more. They're so hyper fixated on the same thing they've been doing for so long. I think a lot of kids that are doing multiple sports or even just one other sport, their lifespan in powerlifting in the later years is longer, and I think is more fruitful than these guys that are starting so young.
I think like regardless, I feel like majority of kids are gonna get into some sort of weightlifting at 15, like around 15.
Yeah.
Or
I think it's
14.
amazing. The younger,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
all for.
That's
Like
Or
recreational type
I'm
bodybuilding,
for,
not
like-
competitive.
Yeah, I would say powerlifting. I'd be like, for like this day and age, I feel like they have so much more access to doing everything like properly,
Yeah.
and not anything that's just gonna like destroy them. But I still think like if they're trying to do powerlifting and they're still doing sports and all this stuff, I feel like anything else, it's gonna, have some negative impact. I feel like them getting into powerlifting at such a young age now compared to when we did, when we like had like kind of crappy coach, like strength coaches or something in
Yeah.
football,
Yeah, in high
rather
school.
than like looking at Dylan and Chase, how they have good coaches or
Yeah.
people in their life to help them with their lifts and their form, rather than like I was going just ass to grass, snapping my knees in high school.
Yeah, so it is kind of hard to say that they will get like injured and their careers will be shorter, just because like Dylan, he's super locked in with everything. Like his
Yeah.
meals are always on time. He sleeps he sleeps.
Finish his
But do you
workouts.
think they're a good? I don't think they're a very good one to reference because they're the outlier.
are,
They're
yeah, they
are.
so good,
Yeah.
and they are doing everything
0.0.
perfect. They are they're so good. I don't think that they're.
I'd say for like the regular non like hyper elite kid, I guess. I feel like it will make them less athletic. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if they try to jump or like run hard randomly, they're
Yeah.
gonna hurt themselves.
Yeah.
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 They
Especially
don't.
if
They
they're
don't
on-
know like they don't have the experience to be able to know that if they keep doing the same sport of like powerlifting, that it's not gonna totally help them with if they're playing basketball or
Yeah.
soccer or anything that requires something completely different, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Just moving in general.
Yeah.
It's like just being able to run and everything is.
Yeah, because it's
You definitely.
your muscles get tighter. You don't do as much cardio because you don't want to lose, you know, your muscle or anything
Yeah.
like that. And so you just
Yeah.
I think it's good to get kids started into fitness
Yeah.
early on.
Yeah.
But maybe not powerlifting, and especially I don't even agree with having. I won the teen class in bodybuilding, Mr. Teen Texas, but I don't even agree with having a teen class. I don't think that it's appropriate
Not even
for
if it
somebody
was like
under.
tested. Not
No, not even. I don't. I think it's too damaging. It's too risky to,
Just the
especially
getting
with the
us that lean.
females and stuff. Although women tend to close up not periods, but puberty a little sooner than men. But having some of these men are too young to be doing what they're doing to
I don't
themselves,
necessarily disagree.
and they're not done forming as a man.
Yeah,
developing.
I think if you were powerlifting in high school, I think it's totally cool. I think powerlifting
Yeah.
if you were way younger, like
Yeah.
I think it's fine. I personally think that people should be doing more than one sport, especially
Yes,
Yeah.
I think like a
Yeah.
well-rounded
Yeah.
approach to training, especially people that are more knowledgeable in training are going to teach their kids this. But it would be awesome if we taught in schools, you know, more diverse of like almost like a CrossFit. You know, like kids should be knowing how to run correctly
Right.
with proper form, so that they can always run the rest of their life without hurting themselves. You know, I know plenty of people in this gym. They go try to run a mile, they're gonna have stress fractures in their legs, like especially if they're not wearing the proper shoes.
Oh, I
so
Right.
yeah.
I feel like every kid should get into fitness and then kind of go from there.
Yeah.
It always starts with just kind of hit some weights.
Learn how to lift
You
the
run-
weights, yeah.
you run in whatever sport you're doing, and then you kind of learn like, what do I want to do? I like whenever that kid you would kind of help work out here sometimes. It was cool seeing him kind of just get into some basic weights, and then you'd still have him do some like sandbag runs
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
athletic, you know, to keep him kind of diverse.
Yeah, because he was playing sports and stuff, and
Yeah.
and he was just so new to lifting. He's so gangly and awkward,
Mm-hmm.
but like
Yeah.
he made significant progress by the time he's not coming here anymore. But he
Mm-hmm.
made pretty good progress. I was actually pretty impressed.
Yeah, because he was doing it.
I love sandbag. I feel like it's like close to being the ultimate workout.
Yeah, and
You get like all the cardio. You're
Yeah.
picking it from the ground. You're working
back.
on extension.
Yeah,
It's just
like-
hard in general.
Ever since I started implementing all the sandbags, like my whole posterior chain is so much stronger, and I just feel confident just picking things up now just
Yeah.
because of
I was gonna say that's one thing I noticed like during Strongman. Like I'm able to apply force to like objects better. It's kind of weird to describe, but I just feel like
I know what you're talking about.
I can like,
Yeah.
do things better
Yeah.
outside of
Yeah.
just
yeah, because all my like
lifting weight,
lifts, like all my lifts have gotten better from like when I'm benching, I feel like I'm putting more force into it, and like I'm getting out of that bodybuilding realm. I feel like it's bodybuilding, powerlifting, and then strongman. Where in powerlifting you're like, I was so much into that realm of like time under tension, form, and then as I got more into strongman, it was like, you know, just get the weight up, work hard, a lot of intensity, and now I'm more in that realm. So it's helping everything just kind of, you know, that ideology of just like pushing hard on all the lifts, you know, like, yeah, my muscles get stronger and everything, but like mentally I'm able to just like push through a movement, like full intensity, rather than before it was just kind of really worrying about how my form looked.
like
Yeah.
you get used to not applying force to like a perfect barbell. So
Yeah, I think I noticed in the military a big shift in that because I went from being, you know, this extremely well-rounded athlete in a sense, a tactical athlete, and is I guess what you would call that, but going from like a tactical athlete where I can put a lot of force into things, you know, I felt like I could run, I could move, I was strong, I felt strong in everything, and then I started getting back into bodybuilding. And like bodybuilding, you hyper squeeze and stretch, and you're really like thinking about the tension in the muscle and always trying to keep it there. And like, you know, you're like fighting the way back down. You want to feel that muscle tearing apart, as they used to say, you know, and then you're squeezing it as hard as you can at the top, getting that pump in there. It's a completely different sensation and feeling versus like bracing and having to like really push something up, like the log or some of these other, like the sandbag is a great example. You know, it's a full body brace. There's so many little other muscles around going, but when you just are isolating like a pec, you know, and you're just focusing on only that stretch and squeezing that muscle, it's a totally different sensation. Yeah, and so I feel like you lose that ability, especially as a bodybuilder. It's like I can squeeze something probably it's so hard that I can injure myself. I think we talked about sneezing and stuff.
Yeah.
We both could, you know, squeeze so hard I could just tear my chest probably if I wanted to. But because I had that connection there.
Yeah.
But I don't have that ability to apply force the same, to recruit like the strength of the full body. It's just that's dwindled away for me so bad.
Yeah.
You know, bodybuilding.
Yeah, and I don't think it's super conducive to do really any strongman training if you're competing in bodybuilding.
Yeah, I agree.
It's too dangerous.
Because if I go to try to run something, I can just so easily destroy my leg because I'd squeeze like just a tad too hard, getting too excited or something. Yeah. Pop my hamstring.
Yeah. I think Chris Bumstead's a great example.
Yeah.
You seeing all the issues he's having trying to run.
Yeah.
Tore his quad, his hamstring. But like,
just from one.
And like he's having to relearn and
Yeah. He's. I see him doing stuff now. It's all the different weird motions and everything. It's like. Yeah, it's all the things that he probably could do when he was younger playing sports and everything are now super dangerous for him. So he's having to baby step his way back into having a normal body.
It's interesting because he's strong.
Yeah.
He's a lot of muscle, but like he now has to like rehab himself back to regular
and like,
movements.
Yeah. And like strong, especially open heavyweight strongmen, like after their career, like you better. I mean, they can still move pretty well, but just because of the events and stuff. But like, you better lose that weight as you get older, because like, you're not going to be around for a long time if you don't.
It's hard to keep up.
Yeah,
I know a lot of NFL linemen. They really they downsize almost immediately.
You have
it's so
to.
cool to see like the changes with a lot of them going from like 350 pounds down to like 250. It's like,
I think everyone just kind of. You know, everyone has the same phase of you just kind of start getting to working out, and then you get into the extreme sport of what you're doing to high intensity, and then as you get done with that, you just get straight into just like, what am I going to do for longevity?
I feel like everybody starts there too. You're like, I want to start working out, so build a little muscle, get a little stronger, you know, pump them weights.
That is never how I worked out.
And then, but I feel like the progressions from that to like hyper competitive in some aspect in fitness, and then back to like, man, I just want to get in the gym, you know, pump some weights.
Like, but I feel like actually, I don't think most people get back to, they just want to get healthy. Most people push it till they're dead.
Yeah, in something.
But bodybuilders are notorious for that.
Yeah.
They're like number one. Like, I mean, you look at the guys that are, 40, 50,
in
they're
their
still
30s.
huge.
Like, there's people in their
They're still
30s passing
huge.
by.
I've been
It's
blown away with
so-
Jay Cutler keeping his size. I think it's because he still makes so much money doing content.
Well,
and stuff
and
like
he,
that,
I don't think he's even trying to hold the muscle.
No.
I don't think he is. I think that's a lot of his genetic. Like,
Yeah, he's a freak, dude.
like I don't think he's doing anything more than TRT.
And he's in his 50s, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't think he's even trying.
yeah, looking like he
Yeah.
could,
I mean, that's part of the perks of being the best physique in the world.
he
Like, you
literally
don't really-
out just his normal walking around relaxed condition could step on a regional bodybuilding
And
stage
kick everyone's ass.
and win the overall every single time.
it
just
just-
about. You know, there's going to be the people that show up and you know, they'll be pros real quick and everything, but yeah, he could just pretty much beat everyone.
This all reminds me of like that meme when it was just like people will take a picture of like all these trophies or like all this equipment they have, and they're like, man, I just wanted abs in like middle school.
But I never trained that way. I never had the
You
intention
started just like, I want to be.
of the best.
Yeah.
The strongest, or
No, it started so my dad was like, you guys can play football, but this is the program that you're doing. You have to eat 5 meals a day. We had meal plan written out for us. You're training this. You're doing all this. So like, in order to play football,
Just be the best
we
at it.
had to follow this, and I was all in.
What
Wow.
did your dad do to like be so knowledgeable compared to like the normal person?
He's
Yeah.
always just been extremely interested in lifting and in research, and like he's always listening to something. He's always learning something. He has to be learning something. He has to be like, he's just always had a thirst for knowledge. And so it's like he's always been like a little bit above like the time period. Like I feel like every time he says something, everyone says he's crazy, and then 2 or 3 years later, everyone's doing it.
A good example to grow up with.
So are your
Yeah.
parents both athletes then too?
No, neither one of them. My dad
Really?
did a lot of. He did pretty much every sport in high school, but he was born with a heart condition. He had an open heart surgery at 5. So like he wasn't as good as like, I think his best sport was discus.
Yeah.
He
Track,
went to
yeah.
nationals doing that, and he was pretty good at basketball. But he also wasn't super tall. He's like 5'11".
Oh wow.
So how tall is your mom?
My mom is also 5'11".
Okay.
And she was a natural athlete, but she doesn't have a competitive bone in her body.
No.
Like she would be winning a race in swimming, and if it was too cold out, she would just walk out.
Dang.
Yeah.
How
But she has incredible genetics. Like
Yeah.
she's very gifted. She's tall. She's very gifted. She's very strong.
Makes sense why you guys.
so what's your parents like support for you guys, for like you and Alec?
I think my dad didn't like it at the beginning because he knew what was involved.
Like he knew you would go to the extreme.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But
He could already see like all the mass blast days. He's like, yeah.
yeah, I think my dad knew every bit of involved. I don't think he was super happy at the beginning because my dad knows, I mean, he's very much like us. He's extremely competitive.
Yeah.
But I think I think as he's seen it, he thinks it's very cool, and they like it, and
They just worry about like
health and,
Yeah.
and like my family and everything like that, just like as a normal parent should, I think.
Right.
But I think they definitely like it now, and my mom's always been supportive.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's always a danger that even outside of health and stuff like that, sports like these can consume you. And,
Yeah.
and that's I see a lot of worry for people that they just immediately jump to the worst example of like, getting totally consumed by it and being removed as a person from the family or something like that,
Yeah.
because your sole focus is the strongman thing or this powerlifting or bodybuilding. But
Yeah.
But I think it's important to, just find that good balance, and that it can actually be a good thing and add some value to your life and to your family's life. So,
Yeah.
I think that's just adding on to that. I was very much consumed by powerlifting in college, to where it's like, obviously I had my schoolwork and everything to do, but as soon as I got to the gym, I would be there forever and
Yeah.
like constantly be there. And as I got out of college and as we started owning this gym, I started to realize, okay, I need to actually start making time for other things. And I mean,
Yeah.
obviously I'm at the gym a lot of hours anyway, just part of it. But I try to get done with my workout, or at least finish the most important part of my workout, and then at least still go home at a reasonable hour.
You don't spiral and
Yeah.
like want to tear your hair out if
Yeah.
for some reason you miss a session.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Or anything.
Right. I've been a lot better
Yeah.
about managing my time after.
it's like two different motivational speakers there will say it's so the opposite. You'll have like, if you want to be good at something, you got to be obsessed. And then you'll have the other person's like, it's bad to have obsessions. Okay. you want to stay sober
But
minded.
you need something to counter.
Right.
Yeah.
Whenever, like, if you ever get hurt or if you ever come up short,
Yeah.
you don't want to fall down that hole. You want something to
Yeah.
catch you.
I think that's a better.
Yeah.
So like
better
a
way
lot of
That's what I
the
mean.
really good athletes and the coaches are like, you need to be obsessed, but you also need a hobby outside of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's
Yes.
interesting because like the older generation, it was this and nothing else. It was just
Like, if it wasn't just
whatever
that,
it
you're
was.
doing it wrong.
Yeah. But now it's like you need to be obsessed with strongman, but you also need a hobby so you don't think about it all the time. And I find it interesting. And I was like, you could have a family, like.
That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
That is my
Yeah.
my hobby. Obviously, is
gonna take
strongman,
up
and
a lot
my
of
family
time,
is most
you know?
important. But it's the same premise.
Well, when your
like-
kids are young, it's way different.
Yeah.
I mean, the involvement is so much more. I mean, this, just even like getting in the car to go somewhere is a 15-20 minute process.
Oh, yeah.
So you can't just there is no like hop in the car and let's go.
No,
Like
no,
that,
no.
Yeah.
No, it takes about 15
Yeah.
minutes,
Yeah.
but like.
Yeah, when you're raising a family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I love taking them here Saturday mornings. I love taking
Yeah.
the kids here Saturday
And
mornings.
I feel like it's just gonna get even better as you go, as it, they get older, and they're like, eventually they'll just come. They'll be able to actually understand what you're doing,
Yeah.
probably help, and then even eventually get into some stuff, which would be exciting to see.
Yeah.
And we have 15 Soukups here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
What are we up to now? We're at, what, 3? Oh,
There's
technically 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of
Because of his wife.
Quinn's
Yeah,
wife,
wife,
yeah,
yeah.
which is crazy.
And you get the other brothers and sisters in here.
I think that's a good.
Oh.
You're about to hit 7.
Well, I was gonna
Okay, you
ask because I feel like we should do this with like every guest. But
Okay.
if we could get one piece of equipment added to Brew House, what would you want added?
Like 600 stone.
No, I would love either. I think a power stairs would be pretty cool just to have.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is pretty selfish because like only the strongmen are really going to use it.
Right.
But like,
But you can be selfish. It's the whole point. Is just
Yeah.
I'm curious if there's something more specific that we don't have yet, or that you would like
a power
like to have.
stairs
Mm-hmm.
or a bunch of lead. I know it's a really
Okay.
More
Like
lead shot.
yeah lead shot.
Yeah, we'll
Lead
go-
house,
I'll go-
Yeah, I know
I'll go
that's
get
like
some
a really
pencils, don't worry.
boring answer, but like
More lead.
yeah.
More gunpowder here.
Yeah.
So where can people find you?
Just Seth Soukup at Instagram, and that's pretty much the only social media I have right now.
Do you have plans for more social media?
Yeah, I'd like to start a YouTube. I really want to.
Yeah, we got to get those numbers up. We got to get that content
And
up.
and
Yeah.
when is your next competition?
It's I don't remember the exact dates. The Arnold thing is we're like 8 weeks out this Saturday or something like that.
Where can people watch it?
They can't.
Okay.
Unless
hear
you're
about
there. It's
Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, it's in Columbus, Ohio, but it's weird. They don't really have a live stream for it. They'll have one event live streamed if we make finals. But yeah.
So Roadhouse Strength is on his story is probably where you're
Yeah, we'll be
Yeah.
watching it on there.
We'll
yeah.
be posting about Seth.
Yeah.
We'll be reposting on the Brewhouse story page.
But thanks for joining us, Seth.
Yeah, thanks for
I'll
having me.
probably have you on many more times.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah,
be
I'm
fun.
sure.
So yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. All right, Seth. So something we do at the very end, like we all in like 3, 2, 1, we go,
everybody.
have a good day.
Yeah, okay.
Every
ready?
time,
Yeah,
every
yeah.
time.
All right,
Yeah,
3, 2, 1.
I knew it.
Bye.
I knew it.
Bye. Thanks for watching. Also, sign up for February, please.
Sign up.
February
sign up.
State Championships, powerlifting. Be
Sign
there.
up, sign up, sign up, sign up.